Auburn football has gotten QB1 out of the portal. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Nick Frazier, and welcome to Water Cooler Talk Sports. If this is your first time here around the water cooler with us, man, here on the channel, we appreciate you so much for coming around and giving us a watch. Please hit the subscribe button if you have not already hit the subscribe button. Like the video as well. We need your help with that. On our way to 1,300 subscribers before the end of January 2026. If you are a return viewer, here around Water Cooler Talk, thank you so much for coming around. We appreciate you so much. If you have not subscribed, hit the subscribe button as well, and hit the like button, man. Like I said, it helps us in the algorithm to get out to more people, so more people can come around the water cooler and chop it up with us, man. We appreciate y'all so much for that. But let's get into today's topic, and it finally happened. It finally happened earlier Tuesday morning. It finally happened, ladies and gentlemen. What we have been waiting on. What we have been waiting on. We have been waiting for Byrum Brown to announce his commitment officially to become an Auburn Tiger. Ladies and gentlemen, Byrum Brown will be an Auburn Tiger, will be QB1 for Auburn in the 2026 season, and I am excited. So as you should be as well. If you have not already, man, head on over to watercoolertalksports.com and check out the article that I wrote on Byrum Brown committing to Auburn and why it is timely, why it's timely, and why it is important that he's here. So check that out over on watercoolertalksports.com. Let's get into it a little bit more. Who is Byrum Brown? Byrum Brown, easy. Who is Byrum Brown? He's a superstar. Is who Byrum Brown is. A superstar. Let me stop. But for real, Byrum Brown is, if I had to put it in words, he is an outside linebacker playing quarterback. Strong, physical, big, just does not mind contact. When you watch him play, it's going to remind you of a outside linebacker, fullback, H-back, a bigger running back throwing the football. Now, when you see him in football, it looks a little weird. When you see it for the first time, because I know a lot of people probably have not seen him throw a football for real. When you see the motion of him throwing a football, it looks odd when you see it from the jump. It may look like it's a long motion and stuff like that, but the one thing about it is every time he throws the football, it gets to where it's supposed to go. It gets to the receiver. The receivers have the opportunity to make catches with Byrum Brown at quarterback. And one thing about him as well, if he does not feel comfortable with the ball being thrown in an area where it should be, he's going to pull the ball down and he's going to run and get yards. He's going to do whatever he can to try to move the chains and try to give his team an opportunity to win football games. And that's what Auburn needs. We need a guy at quarterback that wants to give his team an opportunity to win football games. We haven't had that in a while. We have not had that in a while. And that's what Auburn needs. Auburn needs a guy that's going to give you an opportunity to win football games, and Byrum Brown does that. What does this mean for Auburn? It means that now you have a leader in the room. It feels like the grown-up has arrived. That's what it feels like. And people who have not watched him play probably don't understand the excitement of why I feel this way. You know what I'm saying? You probably don't understand the excitement of why I feel it. You probably heard the 3,000 plus yards passing, the 1,000-yard receiving this past year, being one of 12 guys to do that in college football. But what you don't understand is this guy did this 2 years ago. 3,000 yards passing, 800 yards rushing. He was on track to be a 3,000, 1,000-yard passer last year, but ended up getting injured in the season. You're looking at a guy that understands and knows what he has to do for himself personally and how that translates to the team for team success. Because if team success it matters, guess what? If team success is there, his success is there as well. It's not just about him. It feels like the grown-up is in the room. That's what it feels like. It feels like we have a true number one quarterback in the room right now, not off potential, but a guy that has legitimate college football experience when playing in the game of college football. True college football reps. That's what it feels like. This means that this quarterback room now has somebody that they have to be behind. There is a standard in this quarterback room. You don't just go out and throw for 3,000 yards and rush for 1,000 yards and you don't have a routine. He's the standard in that room now. For every quarterback that comes after him, there is a standard that they have to live up to because Byrum Brown was in there. And the fact that he was connected with this coaching staff before he got to Auburn as well. So he knows the standard and the processes of what they want as well. That's what that means for Auburn right now. It means that Auburn has a chance to go out here and win games. Now, there are other things that Auburn has to do for it as well. You have to go out and get an offensive line. You got a lot of guys that have come in for visits, and you got some guys that's potentially going to commit within the next couple of hours, maybe a couple of days. You have to go out and get some defensive line guys. You got to go get some trenches. You got to get some guys on the line of the trenches that can get pressure on other teams' quarterbacks. You got to get guys that are going to be able to plug holes. You got to get guys that are going to be able to reach the deep shoulder of the quarterback and be able to keep the quarterback contained in the pocket. You're going to have to go out and get those type of guys. But what he does do, he does solidify the biggest problem that Auburn has had on the offensive side of the ball for at least the past 3 seasons, which has been the quarterback position. There's a standard that we're looking at now of saying he did this. Now we should at least see him do this once he gets in an Auburn uniform and does this in his offense. Why did Auburn football target him? This is easy. Auburn football targeting him because of the institutional knowledge of what they knew about Byrum Brown. Alex Golesh, Joel Gordon, they already knew about this guy. And when you look at a fan base, I want to go a little bit. When you look at a fan base that has been starving for wins, has been starving for something to talk about, because all we've been talking about for the past 4 or 5 years are losing seasons. When you have a fan base that is starving to be relevant again, as a new coach coming in, you have to be able to have some type of continuity, something that can just make the fans excited about what potentially is to come. And why not go get the guy that's been running their offense for the past 2-3 years? Why not go get that guy? That guy now comes in, and now there is a standard of how this offense is supposed to be ran. That's why Auburn went out and got him. Because now when he comes in, now when he sets foot on campus, now when he steps foot in his first practice, now when he steps foot in his first strength conditioning session, now when he steps foot in his first fourth quarter program, whatever name they want to call it, when he's out there doing that, now other people around him see exactly what they need to do in order for this to work how we expect it to work as fans. That's what they do. Institutional knowledge. They knew what they were getting. And now he knows what he needs to do to get the other players on this team ready for the season that is to come, and what this coaching staff, especially on the offensive side, expects. Smart, timely addition. Why is this a smart, timely addition? Auburn is not asking him to be the future. They're asking him to be right now. Is what Auburn is doing. We're not asking him to be the future. We're asking him to be the right now. Show us proof of concept. Show the quarterbacks that are going to come. Show Andre Adams, who's a 27 quarterback in the class. Show him what he can be. Show Israel Abrams, who's a 27 quarterback if he comes to Auburn from Illinois. Show him what he can be. And show him what we expect from a quarterback in this offense when they step on the field at Jordan-Hare Stadium, Pat Dye Field for the Auburn Tigers. Execution, leadership, continuity. That's the value that Byrum Brown brings to this Auburn offense and this Auburn team this upcoming season. And ladies and gentlemen, I expect you all to hold them to the standard, because guess what? We have nothing else to hold on to but the fact that we're Auburn, and we need something right now. These guys have been winners wherever they've been, and we expect them to do the exact same thing when they step on campus at Auburn. It's what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, Byrum Brown is QB1 at Auburn, and I'm excited. Feels like the grown-ups have stepped into the room, ladies and gentlemen, and it's time for us right now. Time for us right now to get behind this coach, this offensive coordinator, this quarterback. And let's hold them to the standard. Let's hold them to process, detailed, oriented, standard that they hold themselves to. We have to be the same way as Auburn fans. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate y'all so much, man. If you haven't followed us on Twitter, follow us on Twitter at CoolsPod23. Follow us on Instagram at Take the Water Cooler Talk. Hit the subscribe button here on Water Cooler Talk Sports as we're on our way to 1,300 subscribers before the end of January 2026. And make sure you head on over to watercoolertalksports.com and check out some of the written work they're doing over there on the website. We'll have some other guys that are going to be writing on the website as well. But check out watercoolertalksports.com for all your college football, SEC football, transfer portal, Auburn football news, man. We appreciate y'all so much, man. We'll see you on the next one. Y'all be easy. Y'all be blessed.